Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It's time for our weekly recap of Love After Lockup, or Life After Lockup. This is season 3, episode 50, and it was titled Demons and Lies. Alright y'all, real quick before I jump into this recap review, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit me with that thumbs up button. Alright y'all, so this episode was kind of womp. I guess it was kind of like their break or something, because then they showed what's going to happen with the rest of the season or whatever. We did see 6 couples today. Let's start with Marcelino and Brittany. It really wasn't a lot to talk about. They was pretty much hitting home from breaking into that man's house, or the sober living home. I don't know if I guess it's the sober living home. It's not the man house, but the man living there, whatever. So they was kind of talking about that, and she got home. She wanted to talk. Marcelino ain't really want to talk about it because he was upset at her stunts and shows that she did at the house, because she was saying like she felt like a punk. She felt like he overran her, the dude or whatever. So he was kind of upset about how she kind of showed out and showed off at that house. So he was just pretty much like, I don't want to talk about it. She was just like, all right, that's real childish, because he ended up closing the sliding glass door in her face. And then she got in the pool with her clothes on, started smoking a cigarette. He came back out and was like, look, I'm not mad at you, but I'm just mad at the whole thing. And, you mean a lot to me. You are the reason why I feel, what do you say? She brought out the best in him or something. He said, yeah, she brought out the best in him. He was saying like he's scared because of the way she flipped out on Robert, and he trying to protect her and not have her go back to jail and nothing like that. She was explaining why she did it, because she felt like a failure, which she had already said. And then he was just like, you my everything. Come on, let's go to bed. And then they kind of walked out to the bed. She was telling us that she feels kind of defeated because everything that she put her hard-earned money and work into is pretty much gone, because Robert took the money and took over the house and stuff like that. But I'm sure she'll get it back, and she can probably open up her own sober living place with Kanan or whoever she wants to. She just gotta find somebody and get stuff in written down. Put it legal. Get that shit legal, girl. Anyway, let's move on to Britney and Rey. They really didn't have too much going on either. She and him. They were headed. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tired. They were headed to a checkup because, they've been having sex without protection for about 2 months or whatever, and she still has not gotten pregnant. So she kind of concerned and worried, and she tells us that she keeping a secret from Rey, that he doesn't know anything about. And then they get to the doctor's office, and the secret basically was that she had an ectopic pregnancy when she was 19 years old. So she had an ectopic pregnancy, and that's when the baby the fetus is developed inside the fallopian tubes. And if it's not found out soon enough, it can burst, and the person could potentially die. So she had to have emergency surgery. They removed one of her fallopian tubes. So now she just has one fallopian tube, which makes it a little bit harder for her to get pregnant. But it doesn't say that she can't get pregnant, but it just makes it a little bit harder versus her having 2 fallopian tubes or whatever. So the doctor going to check her out. She was basically saying she didn't want to tell Rey because she was kind of embarrassed and it was traumatic for her, and she didn't want to tell him and all this other crap. But my thing is, y'all, you want to get married to this man, right? You want to have children with this man. So why you couldn't just tell this man that you had an ectopic pregnancy and stuff? It's not like it was something to be ashamed of or whatever. Like, you could have told him, like, look, I know we talked about having a family. I do have this complication. This is what's going on. We gotta probably get IVF or something like that. Like, she could have had the conversation with him instead of springing it on him at the doctor's office. And it's just like, surprise, we may have some challenges. I was like, girl, you could have did better with that. But he kind of hurt because she didn't tell him. And then he said he will be hurt if, he finds out that she can't have any children or whatever like that. So that was pretty much it. Wasn't too much with them. Let's move on to Amber and Puppy. So basically, Amber and Sammy ain't no more. They broke up. After he left her at the restaurant and she had to find her way home, he ended up coming over to the house, and he was, I don't know if he was drunk or high or something, but he really wasn't himself, and the conversation kind of went left, and then they broke up or whatever. He was blowing up Amber's phone, like blowing her phone up. And so she was like, look, ain't nothing we need to talk about. This relationship is over. It's like, stop calling me, yada, yada, yada. She started bagging up his stuff, and then it was a knock at the door, and she was like, please don't tell me he done popped up in my house. So no, it was Puppy. She came over and she was handing her some flowers. She was like, girl, she was like, you brought me flowers? She was like, no, girl, these was on your doorstep. She was like, that means he was over here. She was like, he was over here? What's going on? So then Amber tells Puppy that, they broke up. They had all these issues and stuff like that. So Amber was like, not Amber, Puppy was like, all right, girl, you need to get over him. You need to get him out your system. He probably was high. He probably was back on that stuff. He probably was doing all this X, Y, and Z. So you need to kick him to the curb. The best way to get rid of him is to burn his stuff. So come on, let's go. So she gathering up all his stuff, putting it in the trunk and stuff like that. She carrying it to this place, and Amber was like, well, where you taking me, girl? She was like, look, don't worry about that. We're gonna go to this place. It's this warehouse or junkyard or somewhere, and the man got all these bins. His name Gary. Gary like, oh, what's going on, sister? What's poppin'? She like, nothing, we just came over here to, burn some things. He was like, oh, well, I don't need to know. Go to stall 22. I don't need to know nothing about it. I said, damn, well, how much stuff? Well, I ain't even going to question that because, probably bodies buried out there or something, child. But anyway, she go over there. They get trying to burn the stuff. They recording this, and Amber telling Sammy basically to kiss her ass. And then they go to burn the stuff. They got the lighter fluid, but they ain't got no matches. Oh, okay. So then Amber was like, well, girl, I was a real felon. Let me go ahead and make this Molotov cocktail, light some shit up. So they ended up doing that, and then they told each other they loved each other and stuff like that. I was just like, that was it. And that was pretty much it. That was it. Again, I don't know why they on the show, but whatever, child. Let's go on. This review gonna be short as shit, because there really wasn't nothing popping for real. John and Christiana. Remember we had saw him a while back, and he was driving up when Christiana and her mama was in the bridal shop, and we saw John driving up or whatever. We thought he was meeting somebody. He was calling Tara on the phone, basically telling Tara that he don't want her at the wedding because she probably on that stuff, and it'd be best if she don't show up because Christiana has been clean, and he don't want Tara to bring Christiana back down that road that Tara on, because Tara is messed out or whatever. Was she on meth or crack? I don't know what she was on, but she on that stuff. So he's telling her, like, leaving a message like, don't show up, don't come, whatever like that. So then he goes home to, see Christiana, her mama there. I said, oh, mama doing better. I realized she had made over her face and stuff like that. But I didn't realize she wasn't on her oxygen, and she not using her cane. I said, okay, mama, you improved. Good job. So at any rate, the mama and Christiana come back. Christiana says she got her dress, it's cute and everything like that. Of course, he want to see it. She like, no, you can't do that. So he like, oh, man. But then she tells him that Tara ain't show up. And he was like, okay, kind of relieved and stuff. And then the mama like, well, maybe it's good that she don't show up because she probably on that stuff and she need to keep that demon away. And, I love my daughter, but if that demon got her, then he might as well keep her until she get better and get off that demon. So the mama go in the house, she tired and stuff like that. What happened, child? That was it. Then we see John, he doing this Native American ceremony with the dude that married them. Can't remember his name, but they doing this pipe ceremony, and it's basically to get rid of the dark spirits that may be circling his wedding or his marriage and stuff like that. And it's a song of protection and prayer and stuff like that. So John smoking the pipe, and the other dude, he's singing this Native American ritual or whatever, song or something. And so that's over, and then the guy asked John, like, what did you pray for? He said he prayed for Tara and stuff because, she on that stuff. And so he was like, well, John was telling the dude that, I don't want her at the wedding and stuff like that. And he was like, well, why you don't want her there? And he was like, because, she on that stuff, and I don't want her messing up with Christiana doing the stuff. So he was like, is that the only reason why you don't want her there? He was like, yeah, that's the only reason why, because I already told Christiana that, we had messed around and stuff like that. And I don't want no, issues, but I haven't told Christiana that I told Sarah not to show up. And so dude was like, well, maybe you need to tell her because you keep it secrets like that. that's not good. So, you know, he's thinking about it or whatever. And that was pretty much it for John and Christiana. Let's talk about Lacey and Sean. I said Sean. Lacey and Shane, child. Of course she irritated. They hit it over to do the lie detector test, child. Of course she irritated because she like, this don't make no sense. I'm headed over here to do a lie detector test with my husband because I'm thinking my husband cheating on me. Like, this ain't normal stuff. So she mad and he like, well, I ain't got nothing to lie about. I ain't lying to you. So ain't no need for me doing this lie detector test. But, you know, to make you feel better, I'm going to go ahead and do it because it's what you need in your life. So she like, So they get to the lie detector test and David, you know, he introduced himself and he said he was going to interview Lacey to find out questions that Lacey wanted Shane to answer. And then, so Lacey told him, like, have you been flirting with other women? Why you can't give me sex when I want it? And do you think about other women when we have sex? And is there a real reason why you turning me down? So the man, of course, he gonna have to finagle the questions because they gotta be like yes or no answers and stuff. So he was telling her like how he could ask the questions and whatnot. And so he was saying something about men having sex with men or women. She was like, no, I don't think he having sex with men. He was like, but I still got to ask. So she was like, oh, okay. So Shane get back there. The man start asking Shane all these questions or whatever. And then the results come. And then he was saying like Shane reacted significantly to 2 questions. And one of them is, what was it? Have you hid about your location from her? And then have you contacted men for sexual purposes? So Lacey, of course, like, oh my God, I can't think. I got to get up out of here. Something ain't right. This ain't right. This ain't normal. Yada, yada, yada. So she got to get out the room. And so then Shane tells us that he has the OnlyFans page. And on the OnlyFans page, he basically, like, men and women contact him. And so he basically gay for pay, pretty much. He not gay, but he'll tell the guys like, you know, what they want to hear. Like the dude might want to be flirting with him, and so he flirting back with the guy because the guy paying him or whatever. So basically gay for pay. My thing is Lacey should know this because don't they have an OnlyFans page together? Like she didn't know about his OnlyFans page. Maybe he was hiding his OnlyFans page from her or something like that. Because I believe they have an OnlyFans page together. So why didn't she already know that that's probably what he doing? But she come back in the room because the producers was asking her, well, what if he bisexual? Would that bother you? And she was like, well, I think that would bother me or whatever like that. So she go back in the room and then the guy says like, well, Shane told me, he explained to me what the issue was or whatever. And that's what the problem is. So then Shane like, well, you know, you asking me all these questions and want me to take some lie detector test and all this other stuff, yada, yada, yada. How about you take one? How about you take one or whatever? She was like, well, what you want to know? What you want to know? You can strap me up. What you want to know? You think I'm lying to you? Do you really want to know if I'm cheating on you? Do you really? Do you really? So then she go on like that. And then that's how pretty much the show had ended. But I'm like, girl, you might as well go and tell on yourself, though. You talking about something he cheating, but you out here doing foul and you doing foul bullshit. Like, girl, bye. Because you over here talking to John and you ain't even telling him. And that's the whole problem because John and you got history and y'all dated. And you thought he was the father of your child. And then y'all got this toxic ass relationship where you go to him, he come to you. Like, come on now. Come on now. So she gets on my nerves. But yeah, that was pretty much it for Lacey and Shane, child. Anyway, let's move on. So Stan and Lisa, these the last couple, child. Stan full of shit. Okay. At first, when it first came on, I was feeling bad for Stan. I said, oh, look at Stan. He just wants something with Lisa or whatever. But then as the episode went on, we saw that Stan was full of shit, okay? So Stan, Lisa sleeps, Stan go out, he goes to the park or whatever like that. He talk about, you know, last night was a rough night and stuff, and he was saying like his relationship been going south with Lisa since she been out of jail, and he confused, he don't know what to do. And then he started talking about his wife because, you know, she passed away, and so he was saying he missed his wife and they was best friends, that was his confidant, yada yada yada. He started looking at old videos, or we saw old videos of his wife and him and stuff like that. and she passed away in June of 2012. So I'm like, oh man, he lost his best friend. He just trying to find love again. You know, I was like, oh, Stan, it's okay. You're going to find a way to bond with Lisa and fix what y'all got going on. You just got to be honest with her, Stan. So I'm feeling all like, oh, Stan. But then as the episode went on, I was like, reverse heart, no. Because Stan bullshit. So we see Lisa, right? Lisa, so he was telling us that he want to be with Lisa. He want to do all this other stuff with Lisa. He love her. And he just want to start from scratch with Lisa. So I was like, oh, no all. So then we see Lisa, right? She get up, she walking around the house, Stan, she looking for him. She can't find her Stanny Bear. So she like, well, let me go check some ish out. She get on the computer, she start typing in there, she get on Facebook and stuff, because she said he been acting kind of fishy. She need to figure out what's popping on. So she like, he got 20 messages with somebody. So then she start making a fake profile. So she making a fake profile and all this other stuff. Child, Stan driving home. So his phone steady chirp, chirp, chirp. And he steady talking about how he gonna figure out how to save the relationship and all this other stuff. And they've been falling behind and being physical and emotional, but maybe he need to do something else and yada, yada, yada. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Child, it's Lisa Facebook messaging him. So he getting him, he like, and he driving. Oh, I don't know how to do this. I forgot how you do this. Child, he up there texting and driving because it's so damn important that he get back to this message to text this girl that he think is another girl because he don't know it's Lisa because she catfishing him. So he up there falling for it. He then up there messaging her talking about some, you want to meet up at a hotel, baby, you looking fine, and where do you live? Do we need to book a hotel so we could get something popping and all this other stuff? I said, talking about some, are you kinky? What you into? You want to have dinner? Stan, not 5 seconds ago, you said you wanted to start from scratch with Lisa and you loved Lisa and all this other stuff, but you over here texting this girl that, Stan, you full of shit. And so she was like, I'm about to knock his ass out. Like, he is caught red-handed. Ain't no way he gonna get out of this. Ain't no way he gonna get out of this. I got all the evidence right here. He is caught red-handed. And that's pretty much it for how they ended, because he started coming in the house and of course she closed the computer and stuff. I want her to play this along, and girl, tell him you're gonna meet him at some restaurant, okay? Show up at the restaurant and be like, you was looking for, oh, well, here I am. And then throw all the messages at her. Child, been there, done that. It was fun. But anyway, that's how you get them. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode down there in them comments. I'm over Stan. Like, Stan, when he first came on episode, I don't even know, child. But I was like, oh, okay. All right, Hugh Hefner. All right. And then when this episode came on, I was like, oh, Stan, you're gonna find love. And now I'm like, fuck Stan. Like, Stan is full of shit. Why he want to be in a relationship? He just need to just freak the hoes. Like, why are you trying to be in a relationship, Stan? Like, come on now. Anyway, y'all let me know if y'all like this recap review by hitting that thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.